faster. So it's Monday before we go down to Kentucky. We're heading down Wednesday morning. And this is at the end of day Monday, so tomorrow, Tuesday, we're going to start a build on my car. Yes, that's as last minute as it gets. We're going to throw a set of headers on and tune it before the end of the day tomorrow. And yeah, let's let's see if we can beat a twin turbo ZL1 on the way down with the stock LT4 blower. What do you guys think? Is 11:52, and this is where we're at on my car. I leave tonight, by the way. It's kind of crazy, but we still have the stock manifolds on the car. We have some work to do. As you can see, it is still the stock manifolds. They are kind of crazy. We took the heat shields off. They're kind of crazy looking. It's like a shorty tri-Y kind of design. Like you can see how 1 and 5 tee into themselves, and 3 and 7 tee into it, and then it goes into the collector. It's kind of wild looking. What the f is this?
Ho ho ho! I heard you wanted headers for Christmas. It's Christmas in July.
We got some pipes. Yeah, now they're not like factory tri-Y headers. So it is 2:10 Tuesday. We leave tonight, and the factory exhaust manifolds are still on the car, but we just unboxed the headers, and we got to make a cut through the pipe and then start throwing these guys on and then tune it. And it's going to get close to crunch time, but I think we're going to make it, which is much better than that weird thing behind me that like we didn't even have parts for it. That was nuts. So I'm looking for somewhere around the 650 to 670 range. I think it's going to do it. We're going to have to keep it nice and cool for that kind of number. And I'm going to try to do it on the first pull. We'll see what happens. If I don't do it on the first pull, it's not going to put down great numbers, but it's and it's going to smoke like a mother because all the oil that's on the headers. But then I'll come back, and after we're out of Kentucky and I get a chance to do the fair comparison, I'll do it again, and we'll have the true difference between all the cold pulls on all the modifications and where it led up to. Looks like we made some cuts. Remember that cutting that I was telling you guys about? It's done. I hope it's right. You think it's right?
Hope so.
Okay, next step, taking the manifolds off and hoping to God that everything else goes on. So a lot of people think that my license plate is KKK. No, I do not support the KKK, but the dealership did give me a license plate that is KMK. Like, I don't know. I looked at it, and then, you know what's funny is when we go to the ZL1 here, that thing also looks like KKK, but it's KKM. I don't know. We got our cars near the same time, I guess, and they were on Ks. Yay! What phone did you just buy?
A Pixel 2.
Woo! Yeah!
It came out with the OnePlus 6 in red this morning, right after I ordered the Pixel 2. I would have ordered the OnePlus. Something about a red phone.
No, you're okay. You're perfectly fine. Everything's fine. The Pixel 2, best phone ever. And until the Pixel 3 comes out, like, yeah, it's gonna be a while. So we got one side out. Look at all the room for activities. It's like you could put a turbo there. And the other side's coming out right now, and hopefully headers will go in. Do you see what phone Eric's getting?
I don't really care. I know whatever phone it is, the text messages aren't going to come in blue. They're going to come in green.
No, Android for life.
Android for life.
And then you send send crappy ass photos and video resolution.
Yeah, look at it. Look at his face. You can see all the crap all over it, guys. You can see that the exhaust is now cut. That's where Cook says you cut it and then clamp on. And look, room for activities and more room for activities. That shield that was sitting here is gone. Where'd it go? There it is. Over in our junk pile, it seems. But now it'll go back in the car when we're done. That has to come off in order to get the headers in. Otherwise, you'd never get them in. So, yeah, we're gonna keep on plugging and chugging here, get those headers on real quick, and get a rate on the dyno. Ooh, birdie. You got a pretty set of primaries. I might not post that. And now that I said it, I am definitely going to post it. How are we looking? They're nice looking. They're a little tight with the 2-inch. That's what she said.
Tighter the better.
That's about the right girth. This again, Eric?
Your car was sitting high because you still have one of the shipping blocks in the coil spring.
Oh boy.
When they slapped the car down.
Let's go see what it looks like.
Only one. The other one probably fell out when you're driving.
Was it in the front?
Yeah. That's why it's so high in the front.
What the shit? Freaking morons.
They didn't PDI it correctly, or at all.
I like my ride height.
You like your off-road vehicle.
I do. I don't like this scrape off.
You could see where it was.
It was on there too?
No, it probably fell
Is it
out.
orange?
But, yeah, it's orange.
One of them fell off on the dyno. So they were both on there.
Okay.
Really?
You were wondering what that was?
Yeah, I saw it over there. I was like, what is this?
That's hilarious. Now my car's gonna sit so low, I'm gonna hate it. Talking about like my rake, and you're actually done. Oh no. Oh no. Don't do it, please. Payday's tomorrow, so if I'm dead today, you don't get any money.
No, don't come in tomorrow then. No way you're not.
Ah! Look at that.
Pull this one out.
Those are nice looking. Hell yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna hop it out of here. Beep, beep, beep.
You could have put the lift up, you know.
You could have, but
It does go up and down.
it does. You know what? Our luck, it gets stuck up. First start. Look at how all that fancy shipping oil smoking off. It's going to be faster. So she's strapped in the dyno. Let's see what she does. It's a little bit hotter because we moved her to the dyno, but we tried to let her cool down for as long as possible. We got the intake air temps down to 115. So we're doing our normal warm up and we're going to let her rip. Okay guys, the initial run is in. It is showing a gain. We're we're showing above the last time with just the intake modifications done that we are up 13 peak horsepower and 10 peak torque. Now, I will tell you that this test was not done exactly the same because it got warmed up before it got on the dyno, so we didn't get to do a full cool down. What we are going to do is, I'm trying right now to get this done, but it's right before I head off to Kentucky and I need to leave. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to get this this done right away. We might have to do it another day. And you know what? It might be better because this day is way hotter than any of the other days that we tested on. And I can't get a full cool down anyway. So we might postpone it. Okay, let's see how she does. Guys ready for this? She made 665 and 670 foot-pounds of torque. Look at that. That is up from this red one. Look at that gain from the headers. And retuning. That's awesome. Don't mind down here. I was running a little conservative before. Now I'm not. So those are pretty awesome numbers. What I'm going to do now is I am going to show you guys the progression of the car. For those of you who haven't followed, we have some videos about that, but I'm going to show you the progression from stock to here. Now, stock was done in really, really cold weather, and now we're in like the hottest part of the summer, and this is the progression. So guys, I'm going to show you the progression. We started on a very cold day in December. It put down 575 horsepower and 570 foot-pounds of torque. This is all SAE corrected for those of you wondering. That's actually a pretty good baseline. And then we ended up doing the ported blower and no other modifications, just ported blower, ported snout, no throttle body, no porting to the throttle body, and it went to 594 and 598. This is still on the factory tune. That was very impressive. It was a gain of 20 to 30 across the board, all special thanks to Kong Performance in Pennsylvania, who did the port work. And then we tuned it and ended up taking it to 605 and 615 foot-pounds of torque. That was pretty awesome. And because we know that the restriction is a lot on the intake side, we added an intake and throttle body, and she went to 636 horsepower and 633 foot-pounds of torque. Now, I expected when we added headers that we would run into somewhere around 25 horsepower gain, and we ended up with about a 30 horsepower gain. It did 665 horsepower and 670 foot-pounds of torque. We picked up 90 rear wheel horsepower over stock and 100 rear wheel torque over stock. That is an incredible gain. We basically, I mean, just look at the graph. That's huge everywhere. We're making a lot more power, and we're still on the factory boost level. That's wild. So guys, you can see from just a couple pulls, the headers have bronzed over, and where they meet to the factory exhaust again, it's cool looking. And I burned myself on the exhaust, so that like sucks. I'm in a little bit of pain. And now we're gonna get her off the dyno and drive straight to Kentucky for Camaro Fest. Yay! Woo! It's hot. And before I forget, gotta bring my energy down. bit different. All right, we're up and running. Getting some good logs here. Things are running, they're looking pretty good. It is, it's time to hit it. Let's see what she does. This is all done in a confined environment called Mexico. And here we go. Holy crap! Wow! Wow! That was cool. That was really cool. Holy shit! She really took off. That's going uphill in Mexico, and wow, she really, they've like pinned me to the seat. The initial hit is brutal. I mean, absolutely brutal. I got scared for a second, and now you don't get scared for anything. Like that was cool. That was really, really cool. You can tell that this is really performing, and the sound coming from this thing now is like wild. I'm in love. So on the way to Kentucky, we are we'll be down there in a stand somewhere. I think we're going to be next to Texas Speed. I'll be sharing the booth with Nick. Texas Speed should be right next to us, as I just said, and I mean, it should be wild. I know that there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. On the way down, maybe we'll get into some shenanigans with seeing what my car does, making 665 versus you know, what a turbo Camaro does. What do you guys think? Place your bets, because we're going to have an answer at some point. I think I may hit it again for good measure. Woo! This is 100 horsepower, or about 100 horsepower more than stock, and 100 foot-pounds of torque. Wow! Wow! All done in Mexico, that time on flatland. So guys, the car's pretty quick. It is definitely a pretty awesome car. We're gonna see how it does against the Guitarmageddon twin turbo ZL1. It should do pretty good. We're gonna do that on the way down to Kentucky. And as a surprise for the next video, I will not be driving my car. I'm going to be driving the twin turbo ZL1 all the way down that 12-hour ride. Lauren is going to be driving my car. We're going to have a couple races, and stay tuned, because that's the next video coming out. Andrew takes Guitarmageddon's ZL1, twin turbo ZL1, down to Kentucky, and it is a fun ride. I am filming this outro right now. I'm filming this at the event, and it is a very entertaining ride. I hope you enjoy it, because yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. And then Camaro Fest, already wild. We just set up, and what you'll see is the video after that will be setting up and the actual Camaro Fest and the fun and festivities that we're having. So guys, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe so you see the next one, and yeah, comment below. Let us know how you're enjoying it. I'm out. Woo!